another custom to review, and this time it is Reed Sorenson's 2020 SPIRE Motorsports number 77 Chevrolet Camaro. Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, back with another custom diecast, and today's car is going to be Reed Sorenson's 2020, I know it's 2018 mode, 2020 SPIRE Motorsports Chevrolet Camaro. Now this car, as you can see, it is clearly not the highest quality, but it is a custom diecast. It is a backmarker for the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series, and this was a very simple custom to make, and honestly anyone could do this. I literally just took a can of Krylon, spray painted the car. I think this was a 2018 Bowman, I don't know. It was a car that, you know, I didn't really need anymore. And spray painted it. I put the logos on the car, you know, clear coated it, whatever. Very simple car. But one thing I learned about this car while building it was, and in my opinion, might just be the most important tactic for my future custom build. You know, you've seen some of them, like the Kyle Busch Interstate Battery COT I made. That one crinkled up real bad. Well, the reason why is the way the clear coat dries. You know, you spray it on there, it starts to harden, and it kind of, you know, shrinks up a little bit. I learned a very important method to actually counter-react that, and it's literally this. I'm not fishtailing, no, it's literally just air drying. When I'm spraying these cars, instead of just relying on natural ambient temperature or whatnot to dry these things, just a little bit of an air fan, I couldn't believe how smooth of a finish it actually does. You would think it would frost up or fog it. No, it didn't. You can't just sit there and just take a freaking blow dryer. No, it's going to fog up, right? A nice little air fan. I couldn't believe it. This thing was, I was building it. I was running out of time. It was like 7 o'clock. Sun sets, the springtime, like 7:30, 7:40. I think it was like 7:20 when I was working on this. You know, the sun was dropping. It wasn't good. And I think it was going to rain soon or something like that, but I was able to spray the clear coat on, and I quickly air fanned it, right, because it needed a thicker coat because these are paper decals, and somehow, someway, I was actually able to get a pretty good clear coat. I mean, it was much, much worse than this. I mean, you can see the former crinkles there. I was actually able to spray over it a little bit and kind of fix that. So, of course, this car does run in the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series. If you haven't seen the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series, it's a unscripted NASCAR Diecast series. We don't push cars downhill or anything like that, no. We actually use oval tracks. I push the cars around it. The cars can wreck. They can fly out, upset winners. All unscripted. It's fun. It's exciting. This car is one of the backmarker cars, though. This car is one of the backmarker joints. And it's Reed Sorenson, you know, SPIRE Motorsports. I plan on making more cars like this, just to make the series more authentic. You know, for Season 3, which is going to be airing in August, this car is going to be competing for a starting spot in the Daytona 500. I'm going to have dual races. So this car and some other underfunded cars, they're going to be competing for the Daytona 500. And that's a big deal, guys. That's a big deal because, you know, you want to compete for the 500. You gotta win the dual race. You gotta race your way in. So it's gonna be exciting. I've never seen a diecast series have dual races to get into the 500. I've never seen someone do it. I'm gonna do it. Stay tuned in August for that. So over here on the nose, I tell you what, man, this was like I said, it was a can of Krylon, some clear coat, a glue stick, and some paper, little bit like computer paper decals. You couldn't get more cheaper than this, really. So you got your Camaro headlights here. I know it's very low quality, but that was the point. I wanted to make a cheap custom. It could be a backfiller in the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series. That's literally what the objective was. Literally what this car was supposed to be. So you got SPIRE Motorsports there. I got your little Camaro Z01 logo. Got your headlights. Got your number 77. Got Sunoco there. Got Sunoco on this side as well. I'll be honest with you though, the car looks much worse up close and personal. The one thing I have noticed with making these custom cars, when you're spraying these things with a gloss black, right? The color's darker, so when you print out decals, they're usually a little bit lighter than actual, you know, true black, and it does pop up. Like you can see, that's clearly not dark black. That's like a dark charcoal, right? But when you spray the cars with a matte black, the matte black is like a charcoal. So when you put the decals on there and you clear coat it, all that, it makes the decals a little darker and it almost blends in, I would say, pretty darn close. If you want to see how that looks, you can check out the JJ Yaley video down below. I did a review on that. But yeah, I tell you what, man. These, little cheap customs, they're not the best, but hey, they're great ways to add fillers to your diecast series, especially when you have a car that you're not really using anymore and you're on a budget. And cars like this, up close and personal, I'll be honest, they look pretty bad. But you gotta think about it. If you're in a diecast series, a stop motion, you're not gonna be able to zoom in and see every little pixel and all this other stuff. So let's take it for example. So let's say the car is racing at the back of the pack at Talladega. The average person is going to see this. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks fantastic. Now, of course, if you do a close-up, it gets a little worse. But when you do this, I mean, that looks horrible. And, one thing I have noticed a lot with these customs is they look so much better in person. When you take a photo of them, or you put them on, video or whatnot, these things look a whole lot worse. Any custom diecast, I've noticed that. So you got NASCAR race car logo here. You got the NASCAR Cup Series Goodyear. Not sure what that is. Low center. I think it's Mac Tools. I don't know what that is. Doosan. Sherwin-Williams Champion. What is that? I don't know. Cannery. I'm not sure what that is. You got American Ethanol ring there. Got your American Ethanol ring there. And you got your Reed Sorenson name banner. Like I said, if I wanted this to be a high quality custom, I would have special ordered the decals. I would have special ordered the decals, but that would have cost me probably $7 alone just getting those decals. I ain't worried about it, guys. No, that's not an udder inside the car. That's actually where the glue drooped down while I was re-gluing. So that's not an udder inside the back window. So you got the Camaro logo here. You got the ZL1 joint. Got a slightly crooked tail light here. Got a bow tie there. You got the 77. And like I said, the car looks far worse on camera than it really does in person. And to be honest with you, these type of cars, when you use these paper decals, they look so much better with a matte finish. They really do. Use a matte black. It blends in a very nice color with the paper. A very satin clear coat. It looks pretty good. And you notice I did cut out these, the 77s really sharp as well. Obviously these are really hard to cut out sharp because, they're just different shapes. But this, I really took my time making sure I can get it as sharp as possible. So I mean, look at it from this perspective. The 77 really doesn't look that bad. It's a pretty sharp cut, but when you look at the blocks and all this type of stuff, it does get kind of eh. And it's not the best custom, it's not, but hey, it's a Reed Sorenson diecast. It's something to add to the series. It just adds more detail. When you want more cars racing, more crashes, more opportunities for upset winners. This is why I did this, and it makes some fun racing, some fun diecast racing, the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series. I'm so excited for the Season 3 Daytona 500 in August. I can't wait for it, guys. I can't wait. It's going to be a ton of fun. So you got the 77, and once again, you can see how sharp the logo is cut out here. I mean, you can just see a little cut lines and all that jazz. And one thing about this is that when you spray a matte clear coat, it takes a lot of layers, right? Because it sprays on very thin. It's not really a thick clear coat. It does chip off. But when you use gloss, it's got so much additives in it to make it shine. It really can get warped down. That's why you see like black spots on the left side number, and why this one's a little bit more brighter, a little bit more white. It's because when I was spraying it, it got too much clear coat, and I think it either bled the ink from around the 77, or I guess took some of the paint. I don't know, but it got too much clear coat. But that just happens. It just happens. It's paper decals. You're gonna have that. And of course, there's nothing on the deck lid. But yeah, there's a little bit of some glue that kind of came through here a little bit. I had to chip that away. Let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section below. Of course, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Helps out the channel tremendously. Like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, go ahead and check me out on Instagram at Diecastbuffet for a whole lot of cool stuff. A lot of custom diecast builds, just random NASCAR content, opinions, all that good stuff. Anyways, folks, hope you're having a great one. Thank y'all so much for watching. Diecastbuffet, signing off.